What's going on, everybody? This is ODC, that's me, and I'm back with another action figure review. This is my review of the DC Signature Collection Club Infinite Earths, the final figure in the wave of the Club Infinite Earths is Damian Wayne Robin. And I actually just got this guy today in the mail, and I wanted to do his review right away. Technically, this is the final figure in the wave, or series, I should say, or the club subscription. So yeah, so there we go. The final figure, technically. Doomsday actually was released before Damian, so that's why I say technically he's the last one. Looks pretty decent sculpt-wise and paint-wise. I kind of wish there's a couple things that I wish he was a little bit better on. But, I mean, I guess he could be worse. And it's nice to have him in a DC Universe Classics figure form. So, pretty decent there. One of my gripes is the Robin symbol is just kind of painted on. I wish it was sculpted. It would have been nice for a raised logo. I don't know. Just a pet peeve of mine. It just comes off a little bit cheap that, you know, the symbol's not on there. Not, like I said, not the... focus. Come on, focus. Like I said, not the biggest deal in the world, but for me, it's just a personal thing. As far as other sculpting, he's got his gauntlets on both sides, and they are sculpted. The line right there is also sculpted on him. The belt is sculpted with a little overhang from his shirt. He's got his very well-known Robin boots, Damian Robin boots with the green and the red. Very Christmassy, in the spirit of Christmas. But the facial-wise, he looks pretty good. I got to give it to him. They did a pretty good job on the face sculpt. We'll be doing some comparisons, especially size comparisons, because that's my biggest pet peeve, is that he's a little bit too tall for my liking. It might not be a big deal to most of you out there, but for me, I like when things are in scale, and this being a DC Universe Classic, I would have preferred if he was in a smaller body type. Especially, well, I mean, the muscles aren't too big, but he should have skinnier arms than this, but I guess they're doing with what they have. They're using what they have, I should say. And I guess we're kind of lucky to even get this figure, so to speak. But the hood is not, you can't put the hood up, which is probably a good thing because of that Shazam figure. If we all remember the SDCC exclusive Shazam figure, that hood was like this tall. So it's kind of good that it's sculpted downward on his cape. As you can see, his cape is just a yellow plastic. It's not actually painted. You can actually see that they painted the hood portion black and left this the plastic yellow color. He does have some weird numbers on his rear end that I wish weren't there, but I guess they have to put them somewhere. He does have 2 peg holes at the bottom of his feet, and he does have some nice sculpting going on for the soles of his shoes. But that's pretty much it for sculpt wise. I'll just back this up a little bit and I'm gonna set him down, and I'll go through articulation real quick. His head moves side to side. It doesn't really want to look up. It just wants to swivel, basically. So no up or down movement, really. It doesn't really want to stick up. So his arms move up about that far, and they do move down. They can do no, they can't do a full 360. I guess if you twist his arm a certain way, you can get it to go, but it's kind of hindered by the cape going over his shoulder here. Bicep swivel. He's got a single bend at the elbow. He's got a wrist rotation. It does have an ab crunch, which goes forward, and it does go back a little. No, it doesn't really want to go back either. I guess if you force it, there you go. Now you can get him to go back. Kind of have to put a little bit of pressure. It does have a waist swivel. He's got the well-known T-jointed hips, which mine's a little bit stuck on that side, but it is there. As you can see, the joint is right there. hindered by the shirt overhang right here. So you're not going to get the best range of motion doing the splits, which is a shame because he's a pretty dynamic character, especially when it comes to leaping ability and doing backflips and kicks and stuff like that. You're going to want to be able to have him kick, and I don't know if you can do that right here. But he can go forward and he can go back. He's got a upper thigh swivel, single bend at the knee. No boot swivel. He does have an ankle hinge that goes forward and back, and no ankle pivot, of course. And if you're curious what he looks like in the packaging, I will show you right here. Here it is. Just readjust the camera here. Here's the outside packaging right here. It just says DC Signature Collection, Adult Collector Robin, and then we have, there he is in packaging. And he also comes with his red batarang that actually fits around his hand. As you can see, there's a little hole right there, but he fits around his hand. So if you want to have him hold it, or have him hold it, I guess gripping just the tip, you can have it that way, whichever way you want. And on the side, you have some nice artwork of Damian. On the back, some more artwork and a little read up. So if you want to pause it and read it, by all means, go ahead. There you go. Pause it. And pause it again. Okay, so there you go. That's pretty much it for Damian, though. I'm going to do some size comparisons, and I'll be right back. Okay, and we're back, and here we have Damian standing up next to Nightwing here, and as you can see side by side, Nightwing's much taller than Damian. I mean, like I said, he's not the worst in scale, but he's still a little bit tall for my liking. I don't know. Still a little bit too tall for me. Not that it's a deal breaker. I mean, this is still a pretty decent figure, but I prefer him to be a little bit shorter. Here he is standing up next to Batgirl, and she is much shorter than Nightwing, as you can see there. They are side by side. There we go. So there you are. And we'll get into the smaller figures. I believe this is one of the smallest body bucks that DC UC's ever actually came out with, which was the Robin, Tim Drake Robin figure. And as you can see, actually, Damian's around the same. No, he's actually a little bit taller than this Robin figure. I would say maybe because of his hair or head sculpt. He's got a little bit of a larger head than Tim here, but he is actually a little bit taller than Tim, which isn't technically right, but whatever. And finally, here we have Beast Boy. I think he's pretty much the same, around the same height as Robin. Let me just check here. Just get him back here. Beast Boy's a little bit shorter because I think maybe because of Tim's hair here, as you can see. So, and as you can see, Damian is actually much taller than Beast Boy here. Probably maybe about a forehead taller. So there you go with that. If you were curious about his height, he's a little bit too tall for me, but still a decent figure, especially if you are a Batman or Robin fan. He'll be a nice addition to your collection, and yeah. Oh, he also has some paint shading, blue paint shading going throughout his hair. I did not point that out, so I apologize. But there is Damian Wayne Robin. Last thing I want to point out is that his mask actually is sculpted on. So if you're curious also about that, he's got the little smug smirk. Little bastard. But yeah, so I mean, this is pretty much it for DC, the DC Signature Series, the Club Infinite Earths subscription line. This is pretty much it for this is probably the last figure that we ever see released from Matty Collector in the DCUC figure buck form. So I don't know. It's nice to have him, but you know, at the same time, he's a little bit too big. He's on the wrong body. I mean, maybe if you take this head off, Actually, if you take this head off and probably put it on a smaller body, if you can find one, but I don't know how many smaller bodies will be out there. I'll do one more size comparison before I let you guys go. Okay, and here's the DC Direct Damian Wayne Robin. Now this is the Robin to get, but this guy goes for around anywhere from $80 to $100 for some reason. It's absolute craziness. But this is the size I'm talking about, the body style, body size he really should be. I mean, his muscles are just gargantuan compared to the DC Direct version, as you can see there. There's a huge difference. This looks like a little boy. This almost looks like I don't know, an older teenager. Around his 18, 19 years old. And you can see he's much taller than that Damian right there. So there you go. I mean, I wanted to show as many comparisons as I could just to kind of help you guys understand how tall this figure actually is. But like I said, it might not be a deal breaker for too many people. It wasn't really for me. I wanted to finish off the Infinite Earths line. So there it is. There is Damian Wayne Robin from the DC Signature Club Infinite Earths line. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you for watching as always, and I'll see you guys on the flip side.